Good morning, Facebook family and friends. How's everyone doing? For those of you that's wondering why my face is always so oily looking in the morning when I start this, because I pack on the sunscreen that my esthetician always makes me wear. And I'm like, but I look oily and shiny and greasy. She's like, but your face will look better. So just pack it on and just go for your wisdom walk and stop complaining. I think it's kind of funny. Anyway, how's everyone doing this Saturday morning? I'm walking out and the first thing I noticed is, good morning, Liz. The first thing I noticed is how green my grass is getting. Spring is definitely here, summer's here, and I'm looking and seeing, wow, the grass is getting super, super green. Now, some of you guys don't know this, but I'm like crazy about green grass. I gotta have green grass. I'm not sure about this new fake grass stuff, but I think I may do some of it in the backyard, I don't know, but I'm like, the grass is so green. So that made me happy this morning, made me smile this morning. So this morning, episode number 31. It's innate to succeed. It's innate to succeed. And by the way, I have my right shoes on this morning because I didn't do the gym this morning. I don't do the gym really early on weekends. I don't do the 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock thing. I do that during the week for some reason. I don't know why. On the weekends, it's kind of like my playtime, even though it's not the day. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, it's innate to succeed. I don't want to get off topic this morning. So it's interesting because I think I've mentioned this in a couple of wisdom walks. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I have no planned schedule. I just wake up. I go hug the queen because she's always reading when I'm just about to leave. I give her super good, big hugs. And we chat for a little bit because I don't want to interrupt her reading. And give her big hugs, and then I have this little special way I kiss her. I kiss her 4 times, a certain way. It's kind of cool. And then I walk out the front door, and then it hits me what I'm going to talk about. And I start talking. So it's innate to succeed. So basically, what that comes to is every single one of us, and I think I talked about this in a couple of the wisdom walks before, but I'm going to break it down a little bit different, have the ability or was born to succeed in life, to succeed in everything that you do, even though you may not think so, because you may have been knocked down, you may have been having a tough time, you may not have food on the table, you may not be able to pay your rent. Look, those things are real things. Real things like that happen. I've seen or heard people like Tyler Perry that was homeless. Now he's a billionaire. You know why? Because he has an innate to succeed. We're all that way. So let me prove my point. If it wasn't innate for us to succeed in life, every single one of us, besides a brand new baby that was born in the last year, will still be sitting or laying next to our mama, cuddled up, sucking on our thumb, or in a bottle, or, I'm not going to say the other thing. So that's where we would be. Because if you weren't born to succeed, you'll still be in the same place that you were when you were born. So I hope that gets you. I hope you understand that. So then life starts. And if you've watched some of my wisdom walks, I think the first few episodes, I talked about the analogy, and a lot of people always hit me up about that. They said, man, that little picture when you have the baby and you talk about the infant crawling, man, that hit home with me. So I don't have to go through that again, but that's the success principles and the success level of life. Because every single one of us are born to be successful. But some of us let things get in our way, and we let paradigms change our mindset. We let paradigms change our thought processes. We let what we see around us, and this is the big one, we let what we see around us influence that success. And that's a tough deal, because that's the biggest issue we have with people that's not successful. You're being influenced by things that's not successful around you, and you start following those things, And then you get hurt. And you don't get to the level of success because you don't understand. Because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. Let me repeat that. You don't know what you don't know. So let me give you guys an example, and then I'm gonna get into some financial stuff because that's what the success we're looking for. So a few years ago, I had a freak accident and I broke my hip. The doctor said I was too young to replace it, so he wanted to put some screws in it, and them screws hurt like a mug. They still hurt today. And I remember when the freak accident happened, we're at a family reunion and we're playing kickball, and yeah, I'm competitive. So we wanted to win, and I wasn't on the Queen's team, and they were kicking our behind. They're beating us really bad. So I figured I'm gonna try to do this little crazy little stunt for us to get back on the scenario, right? So I kicked this ball and I started running, stepped on the ball, went up in the air, landed on my hip. Boom. And all of a sudden I couldn't get up. I'm like, I can't get up. I couldn't get up. And I remember the Queen coming over to me and she's like, oh, he's fine. He'll be okay. Just rub a little dirt on it. He'll be good. Until the ambulance came and took me to the hospital. And I was in surgery the next morning. So I'm not a big workout person. I haven't been. I'm not a gym head. Nothing wrong with gym heads. Good for you guys. But it is important for us to take care of our bodies. Because if you don't, your body will deteriorate and you'll pay for that stuff later. Now, we all know that. We all read the books. We all hear people saying about it. But I don't put myself in a position to do it more than I have been lately. Because lately, I'm in a better place in my life since we retired. And I don't have companies that I have to run every day. So I find more time to do that. But what's interesting about it is I started doing certain exercises at the gym for my hip. And I started doing the treadmill heavily and putting in 45 minutes on it and pushing hard, even though I do my wisdom walks. It's not the same as a treadmill. And all of a sudden, I started this when we reopened up California a couple weeks ago. And all of a sudden, and I'm gonna get a little personal, but you guys know I'm real. When I'll put my pants on in the morning or whatever, and I go to put that left leg in, and I stood up on that right leg, where the hip went down, sometimes I had to do that little double take or that triple take. And I'm trying to put that right foot in that pants, and the right leg wasn't holding me up, and I had to put down the left leg, and I had to do it 2 or 3 times before that leg goes in. Today, I can stand in that right leg after 2 weeks without a problem. I can lift my left leg up. I did it to the Queen yesterday. She's like, wow, look at you. Because even though I was hard-headed, not listening to her, because she is a workout fanatic and she does amazingly. And of course, you guys know I gotta say it, she looks amazing. But she always says you need to stretch, you need to put some exercise on that hip. And I won't listen. And I won't listen. And I won't listen. It's been years I don't want to listen. Well, some of us do the same thing. Because I finally listened, and all of a sudden, I'm walking better. I'm feeling better. My hip doesn't hurt as much. My strength is back in that leg. I'm like, Clayton, you're such a... Man, Clay, you're such a fool. Why didn't you do that a couple years ago? Well, there's nothing I can do about yesterday. But I'm walking today. I'm going to the gym later on. I'll be at the gym Monday morning. I'll be at the gym Tuesday morning. I'll be at the gym Wednesday morning. And I'll be working out that hip. Because now I've seen, and ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to this. This is the important part. Now I have seen the results of what I'm doing. And that comes down to faith a little bit. I think I talked about faith in one of our wisdom walks. that until you can see something, you don't believe it. But without faith, we perish, right? So I didn't really realize how good it will be for me to start working out that right hip. Now that I'm seeing the results, it's like, bam, I'm never stopping. Like, I'm never stopping. So the reason I say that to you, it is our innate behavior, or innate in us to succeed and go to the next level in life. But some of us don't believe the true riches and the successes of the world can happen to us. Because you hear it, I heard my queen talking about it, but I'm like, man, I don't like working out. I really don't, by the way. I don't like working out. It's a necessity of life. So I've trained my brain now to do it. In fact, last night she said to me, she goes, "You're committed, aren't you?" Yep, I'm committed, because sometime in life, you have to make a decision and you become committed in whatever your cause is. Now, going back to my earlier wisdom walk, when I talked about a baby, and the baby is trying to be successful in life, and the success is only to walk because you're crawling now. First you're laying in your mama's belly, or you're just sitting around, you're not moving, kicking those arms and those legs when you're a little baby, kicking them like crazy. You ain't going nowhere. Then your brain starts developing, and then you see shiny objects, and the reason you move is because you want to go investigate that shiny object, whatever it is. Well, in life, we're investigating some of the shiny objects of life. You guys saw my buddy, my fam, Rabu, take his team to Dubai. And you hear me talk about taking our team to Dubai. We're all part of the same team, but I'm just about 9-10 months behind them. So I'm following his process. So we're gonna all go to Dubai at the end of the year. But we're gonna speed it up a little bit so I don't keep chasing where he's going, so we can all go together. So I think the next trip we'll be ready. Next trip or two we'll be ready to join forces, and we'll all be together. So we just need a little time to catch up. So as a baby, we start crawling so we can find that shiny object. And that shiny object is, look, Rabu was able to take 52 people on his team to Dubai. They had a beautiful party. They had a yacht party. People saw things they've never seen before. I mean, those things are priceless, all right? So now we're going through life now, where whatever stage you are in your life, I'm telling you right now, you are destined for success. You're destined to win. It's going to happen. But our influences and the people around us may hold us back from seeing that. Because you have to have a belief factor. And this is the key. If you don't believe, you won't do it. Sometimes you have to trick your brain to believe. And I was listening to Rob earlier this morning, and he talks about that conscious mind and that unconscious mind. Woo! It's interesting. I told the Queen this morning, I'm like, you and Rob will be saying the same thing. She always tells me, because this is some of the things that, like, she won't listen to rap music. She won't listen to certain things. She doesn't listen to the news. She won't listen to anything that has foul language. I've never even heard my Queen say one bad word. And we've been together, I've known her for 18 years now? 17, 18 years? We've been married 16. And I've never even heard her say one bad word. Ever. Like ever. Which is like weird. She's never drank alcohol. She's never tasted alcohol. Weird. I've tasted it, I don't drink. But, so she's like, she's always said that. And then Rabu says it this morning. I'm like, yep, that unconscious mind. So we had a little brief discussion this morning in her little reading room. And I went, I was telling her a little bit about what I heard Rabu said. And she goes, yep. She said, I've been saying that forever. I said, that's okay. I can block that out. I said, my mind can block out the subconscious mind. She's like, no, you can't. And she goes, I go, yeah, I can. My mind's strong enough for that. She goes, okay, you keep telling yourself that. Because we don't have arguments. We actually, it's really weird. I think we've had 2 arguments our entire relationship of 18 years, which is really weird. But we respect and love each other so much. And I think I did a wisdom, actually it's not even a wisdom walk. is in Good Life about you can't make anybody happy. It's impossible to make anybody happy. I can make you feel good. Hey, buddy, it's okay. It's okay. I can't make you happy. I can make you feel good. I can make you smile, but only you can make yourself happy. Nobody can make you happy. So those of you that's out there in relationships that's trying to, I want to make my spouse happy. My spouse is going to make me happy. Ain't going to happen. Nobody can make you happy. Only you can make yourself happy. Again, I can make you feel good. I can make you smile. I can make you feel appreciated. I can make you feel loved, but I can't make you feel happy. So, back to our success. So the key is, the problem that we have is we have influences around us that drag you down from that thought that you couldn't see. Like, I've been walking around with my hip hurting. Even when I do the stairs at the home, we don't have a 2-story house, but we have like a tri-level house where there's like certain parts, there's 3 or 4 steps. Man, sometimes I'm going up those steps. I lead up with my left leg. I'm like, I'm gonna lead up with my left leg. I'm not leading up with my right leg. And all of a sudden, in the last few days, I'm leading up with my right leg. And it feels good. Like, it feels really good. I'm like, should have listened to the Queen earlier. Should have listened. And that's one of the things I talk about with regret. So I'm having a little bit of regret that I didn't do it sooner, but I'm sure glad I'm here now. So at some point in time, you need to make the decision for your successes in life when you're gonna not wait for something to be proven in order to make that decision. Because I think that's the problem that we have. We wait and wait to see if it's real and if it will happen to us before we make that decision. And that is the problem. Let me repeat that again. Because if you don't get anything on any of my wisdom walks, anything on my wisdom walks, I need you to get this one. We wait as human beings to see the success or be guaranteed that it will happen before we put the work in. And as a little baby, even if you don't fully comprehend, it's right in your face because you're trying to crawl around and you may have older siblings and your parents, you're watching them. Now, you may not understand this as a toddler or a crawling baby, but you're watching another human being walk around. So they have the success. You're watching your siblings walk around. Now, you can't walk because you're still crawling. But subconsciously, your visual, your eyes that tells the whole story is seeing a human being standing up on 2 feet walking around. And you're like, I want that. I want to do that. It could be done. But sometimes in life, we don't have these successes around us. Ooh, actually, it was so funny. I just walked by here and they sent out a notice in our neighborhood that said a mountain lion's been spotted. And I just totally forgot that till I just walked by there. I said, some mountain lion better not come to me. And they're sitting there telling you how to deal with the mountain lion if they approach you or whatever. Look, I'll be afraid. I'll tell you that. I don't know everything that you taught me. I probably won't even remember. But anyway, so back to the youngster. So the youngster is seeing you walk, and that's what the success level is. So they're like, well, I want to do that. Now, they may not understand that's what they want to do, but they want to do that. But now, in our life, we may see people have success. You may see things that I do or the Queen and I have or your friends or whatever that they have. And your mindset is like, well, I can't really do that. I mean, I can't do what Clay does. There's no way I can have it. You're so wrong. You are so wrong. Well, number one, I give you the floor plan. I give you the keys to success. I show you exactly what I do every single day. You can follow it, and what happens to me happens to you. But some of you have that behavior in your mind that you don't believe because it's never happened to you before. And just like in my situation, my leg was hurting, and I didn't believe that if I start hitting the gym and putting some strength to it, that it will start performing a lot better. I mean, I'm like right now. I mean, this is Wisdom Walk number 31. I've walked this trail before, and I'm telling you right now, it was uncomfortable. I tricked my mind to make sure it doesn't feel uncomfortable. And it's been a beautiful thing, but it was uncomfortable. Today, not so much so. I can still feel a little something. It's not back to normal 100%, but I'm only 2 weeks into the gym. So it's going to happen. And it's going to happen again. It's going to come up. And it's going to get better and better and better. And it's feeling better. So I say that to tell you, as you go through life now, and you're seeing, I'm having thousands of people hit me. I'm not exaggerating. Like, I'm getting messages I can't even respond to. But I can't even respond to them quickly. I respond to everything, by the way, if you guys know that. And I'm having people hit me up like, I watch your wisdom walk. It's so inspiring. I want to get this done. What can I do? And it's real simple. Everything I have is on our Facebook page. You can learn it. You can see it as a piece of cake. You can get it. And people are getting touched. People are looking at their life differently. People try to put themselves in a position where they're going to win, which is beautiful. But you have to understand that you have to go through the process of the things it takes to do it. And you have to understand it's not going to happen overnight. And you have to understand, again, that you were born and it's innate in you to be successful. Because if it wasn't, you'll be still laying on your mama's bed or in your bassinet. No, this is you. This is what happens. Okay? So you will get yourself in that position. So as you go through your process, you'll go through some of the disappointments. You'll go through some of the things where you're like, wow, I don't know if I can really make that happen. I don't really believe it can happen for us. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. I don't know if I can have that success Clay's talking about. I don't know. I don't know if it will happen. I don't know. Well, I understand that. I didn't know if my hip was going to feel better, but I just did it. See, the decision you have to make is you just have to do it. The good old Nike slogan, which, by the way, I'll give you guys a little fun fact about that. Just do it. Maybe the word just was added, but there was a gentleman many years ago, Art Williams, started Prime America many years ago. Very, very successful guy. He went from a football coach to a hero. And he had that saying, do it. Just do it. And I Googled it one day and watched when he actually made that speech and what year it was. I can't remember the year now. What year it was. And then I looked up when Nike started to just do it. And Nike's was after his. So it's interesting. I thought that was an interesting fact. So you just have to do it. You have to make that decision. Nobody can make that decision for you when you're going to put forth the effort to just make it happen. Now, I remember 2 weeks ago when I started walking and started doing that treadmill and started doing those machines for my hip. I came home and started walking and going up the steps, felt the same way. Putting on my pants in the morning, felt the same way. I didn't see a change. And I'm like, ugh, hate the gym, but I'm doing it because I made a commitment to myself. And I'm going to keep pushing it. And then day 2 goes by, came home, same thing. Day 3 came by, same thing. Day 4 came by, same thing. I'm like, my hip's still hurting. I'm trying to put on my pants. Sometimes I got to put a little arm on the armoire to get my balance. Then all of a sudden, boom, it hit. All of a sudden, let me repeat that. Boom, it hit. Then I'm walking better. A few weeks go by, walking better. Could put on my pants a lot easier now. So much different. Same thing will happen with success. You know, we're talking about our investment group, our club, whatever you want to call it. And I talk about, you know, never invest what you can't afford to lose. Whether you have $10 or $10 million, it's up to you. But it's funny now, people message me and they go, man, I'm having some babies. And it's funny that I related it that way because sometimes I'm wondering, are you having twins? I mean, my first mind is your wife pregnant? So, but I know what they're talking about because for those of you just following, having babies means that your money is replicating itself and is having more money. So, not sure where you stand, but I love the analogy Rabu gave about this, and this is something I do also. People hit me up during the day and they'll say, like I'm up 50% or I'm up 200% or I'm up 1,000%. And they're focusing wrong, because the thought behind that, it doesn't matter how much percent you have. Because if you're thinking about how much percent you're up, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Because whenever you invest, that money you invested is gone. You don't even think about it anymore. What you concentrate on, what you concentrate on is the money is making. Because the money that you're making is the money you need to concentrate on, not the money you already had. Because those are the parents. The parents keep making babies. So we're not going to concentrate on the parents, because the parents are already grown. The parents are already there. They're adults. So what we need to concentrate on is the babies, because we got to take those babies and we're going to make those babies have more babies. And we're going to keep going. And when the babies grow up, they become parents, and then they even have more and more and more babies. So I want you focusing on the babies that the parents are having. So that's why we do the third rule. So you pull out a third of it and you reinvest it. Not get greedy and pull out 100% of it. Because if you pull out 100% of it and you reinvest it and something goes crazy, which in this world, anything can go crazy. Look, if Toys R Us can go out of business, anybody can go out of business. Toys R Us. Think about that. Amazon just smacked them in the head. You know why Amazon? Let me go off topic for a second. You know why Amazon smacked Toys R Us in the head and Toys R Us sat down like a little baby and took it? Because they never evolved. They never evolved. They let Jeff Bezos come in and beat them down and ran them out of business because they never, ever evolved. Now, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. I've told you guys that before. Look, if I'm in a room, I'm the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong room. So, but what I will tell you is my mindset when, before I was retired, I said, I'm the smartest. I have the most, not the smartest, I have the most PhDs out of anybody. This is when I used to run companies and stuff like that. People are like, what do you mean you have all these PhDs? Yeah, you do. I have a ton of PhDs. I have like 8 of them. Well, what do you mean you have 8 PhDs? Yeah, I hired them all. Because I don't want to be the smartest one. I just hire the PhDs. Anyway, what was I just talking about? I throw myself off these topics sometimes. What was I just saying? Toys R Us. So Amazon smacked Toys R Us because they didn't evolve. Just like some of you are not evolving. That's why you're going to get smacked. I hate that you're getting smacked. You need to change that. Please evolve. So let me tell you a little bit of what I would think that would change things a little bit. Now, the coronavirus probably messed up some of those plans, but they went down way before coronavirus. But if I was on the board of Toys R Us to stay in business, I would have had a situation where a lot of toys can be opened, have them set up, change the business model from just selling retail in the store to an experience. Toys R Us will have been an experience, almost like an amusement park, where mommy and daddy could come with little Johnny and little Susie and put them in Toys R Us and test out some of the toys, test out some of the games, make it almost like a McDonald's playpen or whatever. Now, I may not be the smartest guy in the world, but I'll tell you right now, I don't know how Jeff Bezos can compete with that, because he don't have anybody coming to his warehouse. And if they did that, maybe they'll still be around. I don't know. What do I know? Maybe I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. I don't know. But the point is, let me go back to my point. The point is, you have to evolve. So in 2021, the Queen and I, with our team, evolved. We decided that we're going to go away from traditional affiliate marketing businesses, and we don't recruit people. We invite people to what we do, and people have a great financial situation. I've seen some people and talked to some people in the last couple of months, and we've only been at this for we're just starting month number 4. Actually, we haven't even started month number 4 yet. We're still in month number 3. I've talked to some people that have never saved $1 in their life, never earned $1 in their life unless they're working, that's making money in investments, and they don't even know what it's like. They're like, wow. They're like, I don't even know what that's like. Just like I didn't know what it was like if I worked out my hip. And I'm like, wow, it feels so much different when I walk. Now they're like, wow, it feels so much different to have this passive money coming into my account. So we evolved. We made that change and made that movement to join our friend that showed us what to do. Ooh, I gotta show you guys this. What a pretty rose. See how random I am? Look at this beautiful rose. How pretty is that? The little things in life. Anyway, so we decided to follow our friend, our fam, Rabu. And, you know, when we started, I think he only had like 3 or 4 of them or whatever. I can't remember the number. It was a few months ago. Now we got 10 opportunities. And we're just following him. And we're watching our team grow. And we don't concern ourselves with the money we invest. We concern ourselves with the money that we make from our investments. And like I said, we do that third. Goes back to the investment. A third of it goes to fun. And taxes. You split that 50-50. And a third goes to pay off debt. I know he was mentioning in his Hot Top Chronicles this morning. In fact, I saw that same post where this young lady drew a little circle and drew an arrow on his group and said she paid off a bill 2 years early. It was a 5-year bill. And I went, that's so cool. I snapshotted that and put that on my group page. I'm like, folks, this is what we're going for. Got to pay off that debt. It's a beautiful thing. And the Queen and I are in that process. Our process is, you know, our big ticket this year is to get the house paid off. And our second big ticket is to buy the vacation home again. I have another vacation home in Fort Lauderdale. So that we're going to use, I'm going to say this and you guys are going to be like, what are you talking about? But just remember, it's the same thing like the Queen telling me about if you go work out that hip and if you go make it stronger, you're going to feel a lot better. And of course, I don't believe. So sometimes either you believe, when you're ready, you're ready. So when you're ready for this statement I'm about to say to you, you'll be ready. Some of you will be ready today and you'll jump in and you're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do it. How do I get involved? Then I'm gonna give you the information, get involved. And then and some of you are gonna hear it. It's gonna go through one ear and out the other, and you're not gonna listen till life smacks you and smacks you hard. And then maybe you're gonna hear another one of my videos, or you're gonna see another one of my lives, or you're gonna see one of my team members post something, and then it's gonna resonate to you. And when it resonates to you, then you're gonna make a decision. So anyway, so one of our platforms is called Qubit Life. I love it. I haven't made tons of money, but I've made about 12, 14 grand. And actually today's the 3rd, so tomorrow will be a month I'm in. And I made about 14 grand in the first month. Not bad. That's 1 out of 10 things. But they have this system that is just so unreal. It's called a corporate license that you can purchase, right? And it's so unbelievable. I don't believe me, and I'm about to say it. And I don't believe me, and I know it's real because I've seen it with my own eyes. So there's this corporate license you can buy for homes and cars. We're going to do the home thing. Maybe I may do the car thing, I don't know. But mainly the home thing because we want to get another place in Florida. So I'll kind of give you an idea. The place is several $1 million, but I'm only going to give you an example of 1 million because the math's easier. So let's say the house is $1 million. You can get a corporate license for 300,000. Now, some of you are not there yet, but you'll get there. So what I'm doing is once I have to get to the point that a third of what I've made equals $300,000 and all the other things, I'm going to make that jump. So I'm going to jump to the $300,000 as a third, which won't be long. And I'm going to put it in this corporate license. Then it sits for 4 months. I don't make a dime on it. I don't even believe this, you guys. I sit for 3 months because the $300,000 is not enough because I think the house is $4 million. So I'm a third of that. I'm going to need like 1.2 or 1.3. So that means I've had to have already made almost 5 million in this platform, which I have not done 5 million yet, but that's coming. It's only been 2.5, 3 months almost. So I haven't been $5 million yet, but you'll see a live one day when it says, hey, we're way over 5 million. And that will be very soon. That will be this year. Trust me. Anyway. So you take the $300,000 and you buy this corporate license. And when you buy the corporate license, it sits for 4 months. And you log into your account to the day of 4 months and 1 day. And when you hit that account, it has $1 million in it. Because they take that $300,000 and they invest it in crypto, which you guys know, crypto is huge and you can make massive, massive returns. If you don't understand why you can make that kind of money, you need to go watch my wisdom walk called We the People. You watch We the People, you'll understand very quickly why that can happen. And then you cash out the $1 million to go buy the house. So you just bought $1 million house for $300,000. and you pay cash, and you're done, and that's it. So I'm pretty excited about that. That scenario. I'm going to stop here a little bit and show you guys what's going on with the yard. They're getting there, and that makes it a beautiful thing. So again, it's innate for us to win. It's innate for us to be successful. I hope you go out there and do everything you can. I've given you a footprint, shown you how to do it. We have massive examples of success, including our own personally. And I just hope you live your best life. The Queen and I live a purpose-driven life, and we're always going to live a purpose-driven life. And I'm really, really looking forward to watching the future and spending some quality time with you guys in person. We're heading out, let's see what is today, Saturday? We're heading out next Saturday. We'll be on a plane to Dubai. And then we'll be heading to Maldives. Then we'll be heading to Paris. And then we'll be heading back home. And when we get back home, let me show you, hopefully, I'll see what's going to be going on. Hopefully they'll be done, the rebar's up. The inspectors are coming on Monday. The wall's going up. And all that dirt's got to get moved, because there's going to be a koi pond with turtles here. And I'm going to name the turtles, I'm going to name the koi, I'm going to name what they are, and I'm going to show you guys some lives, and we're going to watch them grow as it happens. So they're getting there. I couldn't show you guys this before because the Queen told me it had to be a secret, but then the secret came out the bag, so then it happened. So over there, next to the truck, that whole area there is going to be steps. That's going to step up, and then there'll be steps here, stepping down. It's like 17 feet of steps. And then again, the koi pond is going to probably run all, I don't know if you guys can see a little bit of green right there, like right where that rebar is. So the koi pond is going to come all the way out to out there. So my little grandkids can sit. So I don't really say their names and stuff like that on social media, but they know who they are. So if you're watching this video, grandkids, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, remember, this is what it looked like before you came and saw granddad's building of the pond, and this is the fish that you used to look at. So it wasn't always fish, it wasn't always turtles, it was raw dirt. So you can see the evolution of what happened that you're watching many, many years later. So okay, everyone, I'm gonna go enjoy some time. We have family coming over today that's spending the night for Easter tomorrow, so looking forward to that with the Queen. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you enjoy Easter. Happy Easter to everyone. Have an amazing, 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 amazing Easter. Let me say hi to a couple people. See who's on here. Let's see who's on here. Good morning, Barbara. Hey, Liz, how are you? Hi, Brandon. Hey, Charles. How you doing? Hey, Chris. Norman. Mr. Anthony. How you doing, buddy? Hi, Anthony. Hi, Chris, again. Mr. Pittman, how you doing? Hook Alexander. Hook's got this bad boat. Boy, his boat's fast. His boat's like stupid fast. I mean, I thought my boat was fast at 125 miles an hour. His boat does like 160, 170. Hey, Gary, how you doing? Hi, Jason. Hi, Robin. How you doing? Robin and Havasu. Hey, Willie. Bill's app. I'll tell you what, that man listens and he follows directions. And boy, he does a great job. I'm looking forward to your success, my friend. Looking forward to your success. Hey, Dave. Okay, you guys, have an amazing, amazing Saturday. It's beautiful. Look, we talked about bragging is not a word that we like. It's not a word that we believe. And I don't believe in such thing as bragging. I believe in inspiration because I like to inspire people. So I'm gonna inspire right now because I'm really proud of my grass. So I know I started this off with my grass and I'm back here. So I'm gonna show my grass a little bit. And my grass is getting green. It's not quite what it wants to be. I don't know where that little light green line is all about. So I have to talk to my gardeners. But my grass is getting so cool looking. I'm like a fanatic about green grass. So I'm not bragging about my green grass, but I like my green grass. It's so cool. So I'm trying to get a little bit greener and I'll be a happy camper. Okay, everybody. Thanks a lot. Love you guys very much. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.